Hello everybody, and welcome to my wall building tutorial. Today I'm going to show you how to build a sunken wall. So the first step you're going to need to do is you're going to need to place your foundation. Make sure your foundation is running this way so that you can place things like pillars on the side. But for this, we're going to place the pillar in the middle, and we're going to place another foundation here. As you can see, it creates a step. Then what we're going to do is we're going to pick this up and the pillar up, and we're going to place another pillar, and then we're going to place another foundation, and we're going to continue this until the foundation is almost completely in the ground. So we'll do this again, grab that, throw that down, then pick this up and pick this up, and once again we're going to place a pillar in the middle, and we're going to place a foundation. And as you can see, we're getting lower and lower. And we're going to do this probably 2 more times. Yeah, 2 more times. 1 more and we'll have it sunk in to the ground low enough to do this wall build. So then what we're going to do from here is we're going to go once more. And there you go. As you can see, our foundation is sunk pretty low into the ground. This will help make things nice and tidy for the next steps. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to make sure your wall has an even amount of foundations between the 2 runs. So we have 1. We're going to make this one 10. Okay, now that we've got that done, we're going to go ahead and get our towers set up so that when we go to the next step, you can continue from there. So to build my towers, I simply I throw down another foundation, throw down a triangle foundation, and then I pick up this foundation and replace it with another one, making sure that it's running opposite of these. And you'll see why that's important here in a minute. Then you're going to want to pick up your triangle foundation. You want to come up here to a foundation 1 above this one and place another one. And then you're going to want to place these. And you'll see why it's important to have the square foundations as opposed to triangle foundations for this here shortly. So then you're going to want to leave that. And you're going to want to place another triangle. You're just going to want to follow this cycle all the way around. Until you get all the way back. And once you're all the way back, you can, if you have time to pick them up, hopefully your timer is longer than 30 seconds. Well, looks like I'm demolishing the last few. Okay, now same thing again. You're going to place that, place that. You're going to do the same thing on both sides. That's all you're going to do. And then bam, just like that. Now the reason this is important is for detailing with pillars and stuff later. Try to save as much material as you can. I know it's not always possible to save everything, but we can try. Okay, so the next step is to place large walls running the length on both sides. Just for the original 10. Now you could make your wall any length you want, but for this particular design, I do highly recommend an even number. Otherwise, you'll find that things don't always turn out the way you want them to. Now, once you're done with this, you're going to come inside here, and you're going to place fence foundations along the inside of the wall. On both sides, just like so. Now that you've got that done, go ahead and grab your ceilings. You're going to need to come into third person or go high for this. And just place your ceilings along the top of your wall, like so. Once you have that done, you're going to want to go up top to your ceilings. You're going to want to go back into first person. And you're going to want to place more fence foundations along the top of the wall. This will make sense here shortly. And see, that's what you don't want to happen. You don't want them to place out, because it's not going to look all nice and neat if you do. You always want to make sure they place in. Now, the reasoning for this is if you want to place your railings up here, but if you just place them normal like it tells you to, if you look, they hang out pretty far, which nobody likes that look. But if you place them like that, it tucks them inside of the fence foundation and keeps them nice and square to the build. The easiest way I've found to do this is to walk nice and close and look down at a specific angle. Otherwise, they tend to jump all over the place. And make sure you're mindful of where it is placing them, because it has 3 snap points with this particular design. So be mindful of where you place them. As you can see, 1, 2, 3. Always want them at the closest possible snap point to you. Get those done, and then you now have a nice walkway that you can build your staircase up wherever you want to in your wall, and you can run around your wall without having to worry about falling off. This is also a great area to trank wild dinos from if they come near your base and you want them. Now that we've got that done, we'll move on to this next part with the doors, the Dino Gates. Come over here, and if you just walk up to it, you'll see that it snaps green. That's automatically snapping onto the fence foundations that you placed earlier. If you don't want it to face outward, where it's green like this, you could simply, if you're on PlayStation, press triangle. If you're on Xbox, you press Y, and it switches it around. So you can get different looks. But you just continue on down the line, like this, until you get to the end of your wall. And there you go. A nice, consistent look. Then, you could do the same thing to the other side. Real quick and easy. Doesn't take any time at all. Now, on to the more time-consuming portion of the build. If you come over here and you place your large walls down, just like so, being sure to make sure you do come in here and place that one in. Make sure it's placed in. That is very important. Then you come around, and then you come up. Now for this next part, you're going to need double door frames. I don't have any at the moment, so I'm going to grab some. Then with those double door frames acquired, you're just going to simply place 1, 2, 3. Make sure that when you do this, they snap on top of the walls and not to the outside of them, like that. And then you're going to go up one more level, just so you got plenty of headroom inside of your little tower here. Then you'll want to place some ceilings, just like this. You don't want to place triangle ceilings, and I'll show you why. After you've placed your ceilings like this, if you want to use this tower for defense, you can simply just grab a catwalk, and you can extend the range for placing turrets just like that. And also, with this one, to keep yourself from falling off, you can also place yourself some fence foundations. Now this can be a little bit tricky at times, because they can mess you up. Make sure you place them as far inside as you can. Just like that. Leaving the area to go out of your tower open. You don't want to place anything here. Then you grab your railings and you come up and snap them in place. Now don't get frustrated with this, because sometimes if you're not paying attention and you snap them wrong, they can snap outside, or they can even snap and replace your double door frames. So don't get frustrated with it. Just take your time and make sure you're placing them right where you want them. Just like so. Then, when you're done with that, you can come right on over here and you can grab your building materials and place your towers up. Get them looking all nice and neat, and even throw in a little bit of a design here. Switch it up between metal and glass, because this is tall enough that majority of dinos are not going to be able to come up here and break them. And then you come down here, and this is why we place those foundations this way. It's very important, because now you've created a snap point for you to run some pillars up. To add some more texture and detail to your design. If you really want to get fancy with it, you can put you some tech lights up here, or you can even build a bigger one and put a torch in the middle. I will post a video for that one in the future, depending on how this one does. Well, that's pretty much it.